Farming and cattle ranching in America has a long and storied history, but the role of black farmers and cattle ranchers has often been overlooked. This is the story of one black farm and its struggle to survive generational change.
Christmas Day, 1996. I'm at the farm. I'm finna feed the cows. This is the cow herd that I got at the house. Consists of 20 mama cows, a bull, and calves. I got 2 baby calves, and this is Christmas Day, 1996. This is the farm. I'm swinging around to the east of the farm. Cover the farm equipment. There's a rotary hay cutter. There's a bush hog, and then there's a hay baler. It's an International 301, and there's one of my tractors. That's one of 3 tractors I got, and there's the barn. Now we're swinging back around the farm, looking up the hill and into the pine trees. We got a lot of pine trees on this farm. A lot of big pine trees. When I bought this farm, those were little small trees. But over the years, they've grown to be big trees. We've got enough property that we don't really have to clear it all up. We leave those trees there, and far beyond there's still open land we got. And this farm here consists of over 40 acres. The farm here at the house. We got another farm I'm going to show you in a little while. When I got to go down there, we got some cows down there we got to go feed. I enjoy fiddling with cows. I like it. Now, this is the East Farm. Earlier, I filmed what we call the West Farm, one in front of the house. This farm is another 40-acre farm we got over here, and there's one of the tractors. That's an International 444 with a front end bucket on it. A real valuable piece of equipment to have.
Touch you up and take that cow food. Come on. I'm the same way, Gabriel. I feel you, brother. Oh, don't mess with you. Come on. All right, y'all know y'all there. Y'all know y'all. Come on.
In developing the farm, I'm developing the farm to look like a park. I'm going to have the trees, and I'm going to have the grass. You don't raise cows. I'm a farmer, but I don't raise cows.
Okay.
What I raise is grass. I concern myself with raising grass. I don't concern myself with raising cows. Cows raise themselves. You raise the grass.
For them to eat.
You raise the grass for them to eat, and then nature takes care of everything else.
How did I get into farming? Well, this fairy dropped down out of the sky and he told me, son, you're gonna be a farmer. And I said, no, you're a lie. And he said, well, I'm taking your father-in-law from you, and somebody's gonna have to take over the farm. So my father-in-law died, and originally, to keep things from changing around here so much and to give my mother-in-law an opportunity to adjust to him being gone, I wanted to keep the cows and the farm to have some sense of normalcy. And the first year, it was pretty hectic. They didn't like me. I liked them, but they didn't listen to me. And after that, things started to kind of fall in line. They listen to me now. They'll come to me. I can come out here and complain and talk to them, and all they say is move. And if I give them a little feed, they won't even say that. So that's kind of how it evolved and to where it is now. And you know, I didn't think I would like it. I didn't think I'd like anything about it. I thought it was too time consuming, but it's not a bad ordeal, man. I like being out here with them, and I like nature, period. So it gives me a sense of peace, and being out here hunting, fishing, kind of does the same thing. I guess it's just the being out in nature. It gives me something to do. Gives me a sense of ownership, I guess you could say. I got grass that's got to be cut. I'm one of those people, I like to have something to do pretty much all the time. I tell the folks at work, I get off of work at my 7 to 5 job, and then when I get off there, the real job begins. And that's coming here, bush hogging, cutting trees, feeding the cows, hauling hay, whatever I need to do here. For me, the hardest part of it to get started was understanding all the elements, such as, you know, if you're going to do it, you know, I was worried about the tractor. I was worried about cutting hay. I got plenty of field, but the equipment that I had wasn't sufficient. You know, if you want to get started, get you a couple of cows. And, you know, of course, you got to have a place fenced in, somewhere to keep them. But the easiest thing to do when you're getting started is just get going, buy some hay from somebody. It's a lot cheaper than buying a tractor, although you will need a tractor. Contrary to my original belief, I felt like I needed a big tractor, but you don't necessarily need a big tractor if you can buy hay. The fence line needs to be replaced. A lot of the trees and stumps and stuff have gotten tangled up in the fence, and so replacing fence is a high priority, because you can't have a weak fence with cows out here, because they'll find a weak spot and they'll be out on the highway, and then you'll be in trouble. So the biggest project for me is getting the fence line cleaned up and finding those spots that needs to be repaired and get those repaired. Well, I'll start by saying I spent a couple of years in New York. I spent 3 years in Wichita, Kansas, and before I came back here. And for me, the people of South Arkansas, North Louisiana, we're not the most elegant people in the world, but as far as personality, we have some of the best personality and classiest personality there is in the country. Most people here are extremely nice, easy to get along with, and you know, although we have situations where there's some hate, most people here would honestly give you the shirt off their back if it came down to it. Then I also love being outside. I love fishing and hunting, and I have all of that here in South Arkansas. So it would be hard for me to go to a big city anywhere or wherever, because either way I'd give up one or the other. And right now, I got it all. I was not raised on a farm. The only experience I had with the farm was after I got married and coming up occasionally visiting with my father-in-law on the farm. And but like I said, if you had asked me, you know, 3, 4, or 5 years ago if I'd be doing this, I'd have told you hell no. But here I am, and you know, if I had to stop doing it tomorrow, I think I'd be hurt. So it grows on you, and they grow on you. If you're interested, thinking about it, give it a shot. Again, there's somebody out there that's got some knowledge that can help you out and get you started and get you pointed in the right direction. So I was telling you yesterday about some of the folks around here that I talk to and get advice from. I got another man that I actually went to church with, an older black man, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Hicks. And Mr. Hicks gives me a lot of advice. But he goes and he got a pretty sophisticated system that he has set up in his house as far as feeding the cows and how he does stuff. And I kind of take some pointers from him. But we're gonna run to his house. He bought some bags, 1-ton bags of crushed corn, and I asked him to pick me up a bag the next time he went. So we're gonna go grab that and come back.
Reggie has become a member of a network of black cattle ranchers who work together to support each other to maintain their unique culture and heritage.
These two cows behind us have had calves or are going to have calves. They have. He's up around this thing. Let me look at it.
You like farming?
Yes, sir.
You want to go to school for it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's good.
I'm taking an agriculture class in high school this year.
You're taking an ag class.
Survey of ag systems.
Okay.
They just added it. I was the first one to sign up.
Yeah, that's good.
I want to go to a college that has like a good ag program. Texas A&M, they got a really good ag program. In University of Arkansas.
Yeah.
And SAU. I really like their ag programs.
Yeah.
Although not often highlighted or discussed, there is a quiet core of black farmers who are constantly adding to the tapestry of American farming. There's a renewed interest in black farming, but there's also a legacy of farmers and the next generation of farmers who are just waiting for their opportunity to take on their family's business and their traditions.
So here we have approximately 65 acres, and on that 65 acres we're running 14 grown cows, and then right now we have 6 calves that are, say, a year old or less. And those 6 we'll send them to the sale barn here in a couple of weeks. Come on, girl! Come on! That's how I call them. Come home, come talk to me. Come eat. You look around, they'll be here. You'll see them running here in a second. Come on! Come on! Woo! Come on! My father-in-law, that's how he called them. And he said you can call them, and as long as you got a little feed or a treat for them, when you call them, they come to you, reward them. He said they get used to that. Every time you call them, they'll come. A few times I've come up here and started working, and they come running to me and hollering, and I don't feed them just because they come running to me. I only feed them when I call them. Now I have a calf that's limping, and I'm not a vet and I'm not well seasoned to the point to where I can look at them and tell what's wrong with them, but I do know something's wrong with them. So I'll be calling the vet today to see if they can get up here this week to check on them.
I enjoy piddling with cows. I like it.
Do you like farming?
Yes, sir. I love it.
So you like cows?
Yeah, I like it.